What's up, and welcome back. I'm John Stark, MegaMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today it's Black History Month still, right at the tail end of it, and I'm going to talk about a movie I like, and that's Blue Streak. This movie just turned 25 last year. It stars Martin Lawrence, Luke Wilson, uh, Dave Chappelle in sort of major roles, but also in smaller roles. We have Academy Award nominees, or actually Academy Award winner Octavia Spencer and Academy Award nominee John Hawkes. And then also we have the wonderful Nicole Ari Parker, who is currently starring in Grosse Pointe Garden Society. And that's a very timely movie. She just got herself a killer role, perhaps. We don't know yet. So as we dive in, click like and subscribe. I'm a blind film critic, and I'm just trying to. These are dark times for the disabled community. A lot of our rights are being attacked, and things like Section 508 are being sued by 17 states who believe they have the constitutional right to discriminate against disabled individuals. I would love to get as many of you on this channel as possible so I can continue to talk about audio description and accessibility. And the more followers I have, the more the people will care. That's how influencers work, is I have to be able to influence. So I could do a lot with some zeros added to me. And it doesn't mean get rich. It means actually advocating for audio description in film. So thank you. And thank you for listening to me while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. Remember, if you think I talk too much, YouTube supports speed modification. So I just learned they just updated the app, and now you can modify it up to 4 times, which seems insane. I can't even imagine why that's a thing. Why anybody would want to listen to anything 4 times faster. Can you understand words? Anyway, so yes, this is Blue Streak. This is a movie where Martin Lawrence plays a criminal who goes on like a jewel heist. Everything's going swimmingly until one of his partners betrays, kills one of the other guys and tries to kill him. But lo and behold, the cops show up. They arrest Martin Lawrence, but not before he can hide the beautiful diamond in an air duct in this building that's being constructed for later use. And so he does a short stint in jail, comes out, goes back to the building, and oh my God, it is a police station. So how is he going to get to the diamond? Well, he's going to pretend to be a cop. And it's really, it's sort of like I think we use the term high concept comedy. But it's one of those where I was like, this is actually kind of a cool idea. I don't know why we don't do this more. Like, I don't understand why there wasn't like a Blue Streak sequel, Blue Streak television series. Like, we've tried to adapt so many other things, and I'm like, a criminal pretending to be a cop feels like exactly the kind of show. And especially if you can get Martin Lawrence to do that. Like, this feels like almost the the generationally next version of Beverly Hills Cop. Like we had Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and then 3 later, but 1, 2, and 3. Why didn't we have a Blue Streak 1, 2, and 3? I mean, those adventures, if they needed him to come back for some reason, to go undercover, and they're like, listen, we're ready to wipe your slate clean, and we need you to come in on this. I mean, like, I feel like there's a path for a Blue Streak 2 that would have made for an interesting movie. Martin Lawrence is hilarious in this. I enjoy this more than I do Big Mama's House. So this is the comedy that I go back to if I want to watch Martin Lawrence in something that's like a standalone film. I feel like the only thing that's stopping him is an R rating. Like, if he had an R rating, I'm sure he would have felt the complete freedom in certain scenes to do whatever he needed to. So the only thing that's keeping him back here is the PG-13 this film has. He just needed an R rating, and I'm sure he would have Felt like Blue Streak was life. Actually remember this movie. It came out in September of 1999. I didn't need to look that up. I'm positive with that. Like, final answer. Who wants to be a millionaire? Final answer. I remember turning 16, getting my driver's license, and driving myself to the theater to see Blue Streak and being so proud of my, like, a solo drive. You know, it's so nerdy. That's when you know you got a movie nerd. What was the thing that you did? I drove myself to the movie theater. I didn't need a ride. I didn't need to be dropped off. I didn't need to go with my mom and she went to one movie and I went to another. I drove myself to a theater. And so yeah, this was Blue Streak. So yeah, Blue Streak is one of those odd touchstone moments for me in my life where it's like, because it's attached to something specific, like, I was like, what do you remember? I remember about Blue Streak because I had just gotten my driver's license and I set out on my first solo drive to the theater, you know, by myself. I'd been to the theater, but this was my first opportunity to go by myself at a time when no one wanted to go or needed to go with me. And I laughed my ass off for Blue Streak. And I still do. I love this movie. I think it's funny. And Luke Wilson plays a great straight man for Martin Lawrence. He's not stupid, but he's just aloof enough in this that it works. It's kind of like the perfect Luke Wilson experience. And so he plays excellent opposite. Dave Chappelle's funny in his short amount of screen time that he has. Nicole Ari Parker is nice. There was a supporting cast. So yeah, it's a fun action comedy with a lot of scenes, and you can see where the reason why I think it would work is because as Miles goes through the film, his experience as a burglar, he's able to look at things from a criminal's perspective, but he's also trying to prove, he's trying to like make people think he's a cop. So he's doing things that cops aren't supposed to do, like he beats people and he violates your your rights and stuff like that, all the things that he would bitch about as a criminal. But he's like, I don't care, I'm a fake cop, whatever. So it makes it kind of funny because he just solves crimes immediately. I love he just kind of walks in on the rims, the tire shop sequence with the rims, and immediately like calls bullshit and figures it out and walks, and is like, yep, there it is. Told you, you know. He gets the thing about the bonded truck because he knows that, and they're all like, how do you know this? I'm like, how don't you? Like, why don't you know things like this as police officers? So yeah, his unique set of skills, and that's why I'm like, I don't know why people haven't tapped this as being potential for something, because having a character who hilariously is a really good criminal who everybody thinks is a cop. Now, you can't have somebody who they know is a criminal who's like consulting, because that's just, then it's just, I don't know, it's not nonsensical. But the idea that he has somehow gamed the system and worked his way in, that's what makes it funny, is the accepting the fact that this dude is a police officer. So in a Brooklyn Nine-Nine style, I think a show like this would work. So that's my pitch to you, Hollywood. Revive Blue Streak for for the world. Martin Lawrence seems to be doing pretty well with the Bad Boys franchise. It'd be interesting to see. No, I want somebody else in Blue Streak. It's been too long. So you missed your opportunity. But there are plenty of comedians who could easily do this. Anyway, Blue Streak. It's not like the greatest movie ever. It's not like the most well-known comedy. It's just a comedy I like. I've seen it enough times, but it's not a comedy that I give the kind of, I don't know. I don't want to lie and say I take this to a desert island, because I frequently forget Blue Streak exists, and then I remember Blue Streak exists, and then I want to watch it. So it's tough. It's like, do I take it to a desert island? because it's not a movie that I immediately, when I'm listing my favorite films, would remember to list Blue Streak. But I think I've seen Blue Streak enough times to qualify it as a desert island movie. I remember getting, I bought it on VHS, sort of right at the end of me transitioning from VHS to DVD. It's like one of the last VHS tapes that I bought. So, yeah, Blue Streak. Is it a desert island movie? Do I give it an A plus, or do I just grade it? I think I'm just gonna actually grade it. I think it's, in comparison to Martin Lawrence's body of work. I think probably, other than Bad Boys, I don't know what else in his filmography I would put above it. So that's just me, though. I mean, I like this. I think it's better than, I don't know, What's the Worst That Could Happen. Trying to think of like other movies that he's done other than Big Mama's House. All of the Big Mama's House movies, I think this movie's funnier than. So, Thin Line Between Love and Hate. What else has he done? Anyway, that's enough. Yeah, Blue Streak for me is, but it may not be for you, and that's fine. It's okay. It's pretty generic at times. So, but it has a little quirk and a gimmick that makes me smile, and that's enough. I'm gonna give Blue Streak an A-. I like this movie, and I would recommend it handily. Critics don't like it, though. To be fair, it's got a 48 on Metacritic, so I'd be bucking the trend against the critics by embracing this movie. But I laughed again. 25 years later, this movie makes me laugh. It's got some funny stuff in it. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. It does have audio description. The audio description is fine. I should have talked about that more, but I was more into... anyway, the audio description for this movie, yeah, is it's fine. It gets all the action sequences. I don't remember ever distinguishing ethnically between anybody. I think all the characters are just make a guess, you know. So, but certain action sequences are described well from what I remember. There's a scene where Miles heads home for the first time after getting out of jail, and described as he meets a woman at the door that he thinks is his wife, and I thought that ends up being the role that Octavia Spencer's playing, and I think that role could have been described better. It's a gag that Martin Lawrence is trying to make out of it, and the narrator just sidesteps a lot of that. Anyway, there's some things that I remember that could have been better, but overall I thought it was fine. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Diversity, equity, inclusivity are not bad words. And I will see you guys on the other side.